together and saying, you know, the solution is essentially unity. The solution is us coming together, and while I find that inspiring, I also find it discouraging at the same time, because it seems that, like, that's always been the answer. It's been the answer since beginning of time, and the answer, we've had the answer for so long. Yet here we are still asking each other, you know, like, you know what I mean? It's like all theory but no action. Maybe the action's taking place, but it seems to be taking place on a pace that's slower than the destruction that's happening.
Right now, a good example, we are having a very vociferous train going through our street here, and although it's romantic, a train runs through it, and there's a promise that our community will get from that point to that point there, from South San Jose to San Francisco, is beautiful, but at the same time, you wish that the harshness of that sound could have somehow been minimized by the technology that is available.
30 to 45 seconds we were talking, and the words I'm saying, let's say a minute and a half, over 100 cars have just driven by.
Well, how does that make you feel?
Small and unimportant, honestly.
I think public transportation could be a lot more effective in protecting the environment. There are still some great programs in place. A lot of cities are switching over their bus lines and their train lines to clean power and clean fuel, which makes a big difference all in all. We used to have fantastic public transportation, practically free, could get you from anywhere to anywhere, and then there was the advent of the personal vehicle, and that did open up a lot of roads for many thousands and thousands of people, but now it's reached a point where we have too many vehicles and nowhere to put them.
You know, we don't really have public transportation here in LA. I mean, we have buses, but they smell, and it's usually homeless people on buses, so that's not an option. I think, like, if you look at cities like Chicago, New York, Atlanta, they all have trains, but those subways, like, especially when you go like 3-4 layers down, they smell. Like, it literally smells. And I know that if something smells, it's probably not good for the environment.
There's a documentary that was out. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a group down in Florida, and that's what they're trying to do is basically build, communities that are all sustainable, but they're like little satellite work areas. Part of the reason we have with transportation is that, if you think about it from the efficiency standpoint, not everybody really has to be at a certain place at a certain fucking time, because you have technology that can make that null and void.
Right.
So if I can do my job right here and be a useful part of society, and not have to worry about the transportation expense and utility and everything to get where I need to fucking go. That's a good portion of getting rid of the battle, handling that battle. So I think maybe that's the direction that hopefully we would have to think in. It's like well, man, it's like more people are coming. We don't have as many resources, so we can't keep on using fossil fuels and all that other shit. So we have to figure out, well, do we even really need to necessarily provide people with transportation or have transportation to everybody if you can fulfill your worth or your mission by staying as solitary as possible. Mm-hmm. And then of course the pleasure and the education of being able to go out there and interact worldwide would be something you would work towards, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that sounds kind of Marxist, I guess.
Absurd that we put this here. This should have been put downtown. Not this, like that. All these stores should had to be put downtown so that people can access them and use them efficiently. Here, nobody will walk out here. You can only take the car to get here.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, for whatever you want to do, you have to take a car.
And then you have this other here ghetto of basically residences. And there again, it's a ghetto. You cannot go from one to the other in a natural, organic way.
Of the final note, are we just about that? Because when I brought up that before about, just about like what the end, what the end game is, and like have we hit like the zenith of human potential, right? So like I'm wondering if right now like we are the fucking penultimate note, and then bam.